Do you like my super duper fancy schmancy hair light? Normal redhead, angry redhead. Jean Grey, the Phoenix. Yes. Hey, this is Bethany, and today I'm going to be showing you all of my favorites and possibly like some fails from December and January because I didn't get to do a December favorites video. So yeah, and before you guys even ask, the lip color I'm wearing is LA Girl Matte Flat Finish Pigment Gloss, which is a very confusing name, and I'm just now trying it out, so I don't for sure know how I feel about it because I can't tell you anything about the longevity. I do love the color, but right now it feels like it basically never dries, which is weird for me, but I really like how it looks. So yeah. Anyways, let's proceed to the stuff I did or didn't like in the last 2 months. If Bubble quit licking himself in the corner very audibly, that would be great. Okay, so the first thing I love that you guys have seen on my Snapchat and my Instagram, I love it so much, is this. This is my Betsy Johnson pizza wristlet. Like, I can't even convey how much I love this thing. The pepperonis are glitterified. It's even got little olives on it, and it's got like cheese dripping from one side. So I just love this thing. I get compliments on it wherever I go, and I think it's adorable. The only thing I don't like is that there's like no pocket inside of it. It's just one really beautiful slice of pizza with a pink inside. So yeah, I got this on sale at Macy's for like 30 something dollars, like $36. And if it's still around, I suggest you go get it because these things are selling out like crazy and they're just really cool. Alright, the next thing I've been loving this last few months is my Anastasia highlighter in Starlight, or it's an Illuminator. And this one is subtly different from Becca's Moonstone and NYX's Ritualistic. So here it is compared to NYX's Ritualistic, and you can see it's just got quite a bit more of a gleam to it. It's also got maybe a little bit of a pale pink tone to it than this one, which is more sunshiny yellow, and I've been using it nonstop. Here is what it looks like on my cheekbone. It's really perfect for fair skin, and it's just luminous in such a gleaming way. I think it's my new favorite highlighter. I really do. I use it on my cheekbone and my upper lip a bit, and here's what it looks like in the packaging, but basically it's very gleamy, not powdery at all, and it just is a slightly bit more champagne than the other highlighters I've been using. So I think it would be a little bit more universally flattering, but this is just magical, and I recommend it. I think it's just beautiful. I can't say enough. Alright, my next favorite is another fair skin recommendation, and the Kat Von D line actually started making the Powder Locket foundation in the shade 42, which is pale, like it matches their very palest foundation, which is like as white as you can go. And that leans towards like a cool toned porcelain, and that's kind of what I am. I'm like neutral, slightly, I could just go either way. So a lot of the times I'll use foundations that end up being slightly yellow on me, and what I'll do is use this and it will kind of neutralize it, a bit of this powder on my face, because it is more cool toned. And I just kind of sit in the middle. I am more cool toned than Rebecca Shores, but I just really think that I'm not straight up pink and I'm not straight up yellow, but this has helped me neutralize my more yellow liquid foundations. And it does seem to have pretty good staying power. I work long days and my face looks pretty good at the end of the days, though I will say I'm kind of still rather oily because that's how I am, but this has helped my foundation lock on a little bit better. Of course, it's in the name. So thus far I'm really liking this and I recommend it. Okay, the next thing is not necessarily a fail, but rather I found something better and I will move on from this, and I don't want to use this anymore. This is Duo Lash Glue, and for years this is all I've used, the waterproof one that's clear, because it was available in the drugstore, and I always thought that lash glues from higher end brands just weren't worth it. Well, when my lash would become unstick while I was at Generation Beauty this last weekend, Rebecca Shores MUA, who I was there with, let me use her House of Lashes adhesive, and I could just touch up and re-stick a lash so easily, and it had just a way better package. So I'm going to buy that, and I'm moving on from this lash glue. I'm saying that. Not only that, but I've noticed, at least in the last few years, Duo Lash Glue smells kind of odd, and it's every package I buy, so it's not that it's gone funky. It's just that they've started making them, I think, where they smell funky, because I didn't notice that in previous years. It smells like feet. maybe. Probably feet would be the best way to describe it. Anyways, the lash glue I'm purchasing now is the House of Lashes lash glue in this tube that has a little brush applicator, and I just from trying it that weekend, I'm like, I'm sold, because if a lash comes up with it, you can just re-stick it back down and pinch it, which it didn't happen very often with those, and it did happen often when I used my Duo lash glue. So I'm moving on from you. You're pretty good for drugstore, but you smell kind of funky and I can do better. So yeah, not a horrible fail or anything, but I'm moving on. Speaking of lash glue, my next favorite that I found at Generation Beauty that is going to be like my new favorite lashes. Usually I use Kiss lashes, the Ever Easy in number 11. I like those because they flare out at the ends. Or I use Ardell lashes that are the Demi Wispies. I like those because they're affordable. They're, you know, reasonably priced, good quality, and they look great. But Ardell, while we were there, gave us some of these new lashes, and these are called the Soft Touch. And oh my goodness, they look amazing. They look like a way more high-end lash. They don't look like something you buy for around $3, and I'm definitely going to be picking up more in stores. I've worn these a couple times since I've got them, so they're holding up through multiple uses. Like, I think this is the third or fourth time I've worn them, so I really love them. Let me get you a little bit closer so you can see. Okay, so these are the lashes kind of up close. I will link them below so you can take sort of a micro look at them and see that the ends of the hairs are really finely tapered, and I just really didn't feel them so much when I wore them all day. And I didn't need to trim them, but someone else might need to. I have pretty small eyes, so the fact that I didn't need to trim them is kind of surprising. So yeah, this is what they look like, and they're like ultra fluffy and fluttery, and I just love the way they phase out at the ends, like to a very refined point, whereas some of my other previous lashes are a little bit more bulky in the hair, and these are just really thin, soft, and wispy, and they look great. Okay, the next thing that I tried was a fail, and I was kind of desperate to try a lotion after my skincare routine that could help with acne because I have sporadic breakouts that have to do with my hormones or my stress. And I wanted to use this lotion I found at Target. It was on sale. That should have been my first clue. It was like on clearance for way cheap. It's by Benzac Acne Solutions, and it has 0.5% salicylic acid in it, so I work with more so salicylic acid on my top layer in my lotion because benzoyl peroxide seems to be a bit harsh and develops a resistancy to fighting the acne in my skin, or my skin develops a resistancy to it rather. So I was like, oh, it's got the right active ingredient, I will try it. So I could only try this for a little less than a week. I couldn't tell whether it was making a difference, though you really need to give it more time. But the reason I tried it for a little less than a week is it straight up smelled like, you know, when you leave your towels in the washer and you forget to move them over to the dryer, and then your towels get all moldy and they get that like musty, funky mold smell in them. This smells completely, entirely like mold. And I was putting it on my face. It took me 2 days to realize that that was the mold smell. I was like, I swear I put my towels in the dryer this time, on time. But yeah, the first time I tried it, I thought maybe there was just something wrong with my towel. Like my towel wasn't dried properly. And then it took me a day or two, and I finally realized that this stuff smells like funk. So I don't recommend it, and I think that's probably why it was on sale. But, you know, leave it to the cheap part of me to end up trying the products that are on sale for a reason. But, you know, I love finding a good deal. It just ended up not being one because my face smelled like weird funkiness. So yeah, I don't recommend this, and if you see it on clearance at your local Target, don't go for it, because it stinks. Okay, the next thing I actually got from Sigma, like I joined them as an affiliate like 5 or 6 months ago, and I am embarrassed to say that this is a product I kind of like poked fun of years ago when it launched, because I was like, are you kidding me? First off, I do think it's kind of an overpriced product. I mean, it is. It's this oven mitt thing. This Teflon oven mitt looking thing. Well, it's silicone. But this is for washing your brushes, and this has changed my life in terms of how quickly I get my brushes done. Like it takes my most dense brushes that I could possibly have, and it cuts the cleaning time into a fraction of that time. So it makes washing them way easier, and I'll have you know that like the callus that's on my hand from usually washing my brushes has left. It's gone. And it took me months to try this because I didn't even want to bother with it. I thought, how much butter can I breathe in my hand? But apparently these little nubby nubs really help get all the crap out of your brushes, and I don't know what science there is behind that. What, bub? What is it, bub? You want me to let you out? There's probably a science behind this. You can probably buy like an oven mitt if it has a lot of texture and you'll get sort of a similar result. But these are really like grippy nubby, so you'd have to find one that has a lot of texture. And those, you know, are gonna be probably under $10. I think this retails for $25. Their big one retails for like $35 or $40, which I just think is really pricey. But after using this, if I lost it, I'd repurchase it, because it's worth it to me. It cuts that time into a fraction of the time it'd normally be, and now I don't have a callus on my left hand, so that's pretty cool. And also, if anyone was asking, I use this with plain Dawn dish soap, and it does the trick really nicely. Okay, last but not least is my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. I've been using this in combination with that pale Kat Von D foundation, and it seems to work really well. I'm actually not wearing it today because I was trying out the Kat Von D liquid with this on top just to see if it looked too strikingly pink, and it doesn't seem to. It actually seems to be working. So, but basically I'll use this one because it's slightly yellow and it seems to have really good longevity for my day at work, and it looks like skin. Like, I had someone ask me the other day why I don't wear more makeup, or why I don't wear full on makeup because they know about my YouTube. Why don't I wear it to work? I'm like, you're kidding me? I go through 12 to 20 steps every morning like all you other women here. I wear quite a bit, actually, if you think about it. Quite a few layers, though I just make it look natural. But yeah, so I've been like combining these two things because this is slightly lighter and pinker, and this is kind of yellower, and they just make a good combination for me personally, and this has held up really well throughout the day, and it doesn't seem to irritate my skin. I just wish it had a pump because it's kind of sloppy to pour. But anyways, the shade I wear is NW10 in MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and it does also have 15 SPF, which is alright, not that great, but what can you do? Or sunscreen, that's what you can do. Alright, so that is my finished favorites video for December and January. I really think, I mean, the main reason I didn't do one in December is I didn't have a lot of things, but now that I've tried a lot over the last 2 months, I had a good amount to talk about. So yeah, hopefully you guys like some of those recommendations or fair skin recommendations. And this awesome pizza purse, like how cool is this? I wish I could carry my whole life in here because this is all I would carry, but unfortunately I'm a lipstick hoarder, so that won't happen. But yeah, if you guys have tried any of these things or you have any thoughts or questions on them, feel free to leave them below. I will have a Generation Beauty like vlog and swag haul up in this coming week, probably after this video because that will take longer to edit. And yeah, I've really missed you guys, so thank you guys for watching my videos. If you don't follow me on Snapchat or Instagram, check it out if you wanna. You'll probably think I'm obnoxious if you follow me on Snapchat. Like, seriously, all I do is bother my boyfriend and talk to my cats and film it. And sometimes talk about makeup, so yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. And as always, thank you guys again. And I will talk to you later. Bye. Cat hair on me. Go figure. I turn on the camera. Like clockwork, that's how it works. There's cat hair all over me. Bub, why did you put cat hair? Bub! I love you.